Move on to topic number 4. Changes on the horizon, and we're talking about the regulation changes in 2022 and how we're going to see a brand new set of cars. Not only an end of an era with losing Kimi Raikkonen and losing some amazing drivers, but you've also lost this current generation of car. Current generation of car is out the window. We're bringing in a new set of wheels.
Yeah, we mentioned this all year long, how this has influenced a lot. I mean, we even mentioned during the middle of the year, is Mercedes kind of punting on the season? Now, obviously, that didn't come to fruition. Leonard Hamilton, picked up how many wins in the second half of the year? Or Leroy Hamilton. Did I say Leonard Hamilton? That's terrible.
Lewis Hamilton.
Lewis Hamilton. God, what am I doing here? But, just to think about these changes and how much it's affecting, this whole circuit is crazy. And you think about how many different drivers have come in and, replaced other drivers, and all the different seats that got moved around in season is part of this as well. So, and you think about like how many different, teams are trying to adjust to this whole thing. And they're actually more apt to make these moves with these drivers because they know everybody else is going to kind of start on the same playing field. So, for the most part. So, it's just crazy how much these rule changes have influenced how these teams and drivers approach races and how they approach their status amongst the grid. So it's going to continue to be that way. The silly season, the off season is going to be crazy, probably even crazier. I'm sure that some drivers are going to come out, and as soon as they actually sit in the cars and drive them for real, they're going to be complaining, I'm sure, about some of this stuff. The tires are bigger. Even the amount of money you can spend on the car is limited now. And just a lot of other different things that are going to happen with these cars, how, races are going to be a little tighter, that you can actually be not bumper to bumper, but you can be real close to drivers now with the new regulations too. So a lot's going to change quickly. And I think in the beginning of next season, because of these changes, it's going to take time for these drivers to adjust.
Yeah. No, you're right. I mean, I think they are hoping it is going to be bumper to bumper. Like, that's the whole hope, that we're going to have tighter racing, more competitive racing across the board. And that, with this current generation car that we're losing, with the effect of dirty air from the aerodynamics, that's what it makes it hard to follow so close at times or for a longer period of time. So what they've done is they've rechanged pretty much all the aerodynamics for this new car in 2022 to hopefully eliminate, or if not eliminate, minimize that dirty air, so cars can now follow closer for a much longer time and won't eat up their tires trying to follow closer. Thus, we'll see closer, tighter, more competitive racing, and we'll see hopefully more overtakes as well. So that's what, the whole hope is for all the teams and Formula One and what this design was meant for. But we'll have tons of questions until we get to that first Grand Prix in Bahrain, and then even the second Grand Prix at Jeddah. I'd say maybe even the third one, and I got to equate this to basically NASCAR as well. NASCAR is dumping their current generation of car and going to a brand new next generation of car. So they're in the same boat where even their first couple races are still going to be gathering data to see, is our simulations correct? Are we getting the right racing product that we want? Formula One is in that exact same boat with just a much larger crowd, obviously, watching globally and worldwide, paying attention. So I hope we get that. I hope we get closer racing, and I hope we get to see all 10 teams being up there fighting for the win, because as a race fan, what can get more exciting when you've got 20 cars all fighting for a win?
We've talked all year about the top two teams with Mercedes and with Red Bull, and of course, Ferrari always comes up, and we've talked a little bit about McLaren and even Alfa Romeo. But you think about like Haas and how they just have like no shot in these races. They just don't. They don't have enough money. They don't have the drivers. They don't have, money's the biggest part of it. They don't have the car. And you're hoping that even a team like that doesn't necessarily have to win races all the time, but just to get in the get top tens. Try to get close to a podium, try to, get close to competing. You hope that that's what happens, because some of the teams on the back end of this, they're just never there. They're never even close. They never even sniff it. So you hope that these rule changes affect those teams the most. Not necessarily to pull Mercedes and Red Bull all the way to back to everybody else, but just to, almost give a bump to those teams all the way at the bottom. That's, I think, what everybody's looking for. So we hope we see that here with the new rule changes in 2022. We'll be talking about it a lot over the coming months, I'm sure. Folks, that's going to do it for topic number 4.